So with any first evaluation at Pillar Kinetic for pelvic physical therapy, we're going to listen to what's going on with you. I'm going to ask questions to help direct me to see where are the problem areas. Is this something that seems like it's coming from your back, your hips? Is it more primarily a pelvic floor issue? And then depending on our conversation on day one, we'll decide what direction to take with that. So sometimes we are going to get the most out of going directly for the pelvic floor. And what that means is I'm going to definitely do an external exam of your pelvic floor muscles. So I'm going to have you disrobe, take off pants and underwear. I'm going to have you lay on a chuck with a sheet draped over you. And then I'm going to palpate, which means gently kind of press into the muscles and listen to you to let me know, is anywhere tender or painful? Does it make you have to pee? Does it refer somewhere else that's kind of odd? Does it make your back pain light up? That's all the information I want to know to realize that we have to spend some time on those muscles. Now, I can get to part of your pelvic floor from outside, which can be really important for a lot of conditions. For some pelvic floor conditions, a deeper exam is needed, and so that'll be more of an internal pelvic floor exam. So for women, I'll insert vaginally. For men, I'll insert one finger rectally. Usually the depth of that insertion is just about a little bit past that second knuckle. So while it's invasive being internal, for most people it's not incredibly deep. The other thing is it all depends on your pain and sensitivity. So it's really important for you to communicate everything that you're feeling or apprehensive about, or just if there's pain or irritation during that assessment, because that really governs what we're going to look at on day one. But what I want to see on the inside is kind of similar. I want to press my fingers into that deep hammock of pelvic floor muscle, and I want you to tell me what you're feeling. I may choose to test your strength there. I may have you breathe there and test to see that your pelvic floor is moving with your breathing muscles and with the rest of your abdominals. So that exam can give a lot of information. Sometimes we get the most bang for our buck on the first day if it sounds like the pelvic floor is kind of a more downstream issue of something going on with your back, your sciatic nerve, your hips. Sometimes we'll spend a little more time on day one looking for what positions seem to offload your back, and does that change something with your pelvic pain? Does that change something that you feel down below? A lot of the time we'll look at the abdominal wall, because that can be an area that can be really provocative for pelvic floor symptoms, but also it lets us know certain exercises or myofascial techniques that can be really helpful to addressing pelvic floor concerns. So most of my clients are offered an internal pelvic floor exam day 1 or 2, depending on when we think it's going to be the most effective for us. But there's both internal and external work.